5 others. That's this time around, moving away from the Vanguard newspaper straight to the Nation newspaper this morning. I've got this one that says justice should be shielded from manipulation, says Wike. Justices should be shielded from manipulation. This coming from Wike. Also have this one that says Senator Marwa clash over link to hard drugs. Senator Marwa clash over link to hard drugs. I also have this one before I go on a short break. Then I come back to give you detail of some of the headlines you've just heard. The last one I'm giving you right now says no acting army chief appointed, says DHQ. No acting army chief appointed, says DHQ. That's Defense Headquarters, DHQ. I'll be back. I want to go on a short break. Don't go away. This is the Daily Dose on Adamimogo 107.7 FM. My name is Michael Jason Ijasan. Be right back.
Hello sports fans in Idosi local government area, Ekiti State. Sam Olualo Foundation SOAF is out with another empowerment program for secondary school students in the local government area. Oh yes, this is a commendable effort by SOAF to enable youths showcase their talents and skills to be useful for themselves in future. The empowerment program is tagged Sam Olualo Foundation Unity Soccer Cup competition among secondary schools in Dosi local government. All the 16 secondary schools that registered will compete on the field of play to determine 4 teams that will be rewarded handsomely. The 16 schools have been grouped and paired to compete at different school field venues. There will be 2 matches daily at each of the venues, with match 1 taking place between 12 noon and 2 p.m. Match 2 takes place at 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Competition starts on November 11 and ends on Friday, December 13, 2024. The following are the proposed school fields hosting the group matches. Group A, Ogongomodu Grammar School Field, Ido-Ekiti will host EPC, Elo High School, Notre Dame Ushi, Ojogbole, Igbole-Ekiti. Group B, Elo High School Field will host Ogongomodu Grammar School, Ilogbo High School, Babalola Borishade High School, Ushi, Jesus Army International School, Ido. Group C, Methodist Comprehensive High School Field, Aye, will host matches involving Ora Community School, Ifaki Grammar School, Orin Community High School, Christ-led Academy, Ido. Group D, all matches in this group will be played at Ora High School, Ora Ekiti Playing Ground. The schools are OC Community, Methodist School, Aye, Efficient Grammar School, and St. Festus Excellent College, Ido Ekiti. Sports is unity. Sports is friendship. Dear students, let's make it a fun fair. Let's display spirit of sportsmanship, not a do or die affair. Sam Olualo Foundation cares for youth. Let's show our appreciation by being disciplined.
Lára àwọn ọjọ́ tó yẹ kéèyàn máa yọ̀ ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ lé lórí lọ́jọ́ bí ẹni kẹ̀kẹ̀kẹ̀ bọ́jọ́ bọ́sẹ̀ bóṣù àtọdún ṣe ń gorí ara wọn lọ́jọ́ bí ẹ̀dá kọ̀ọ̀kan kò lórí kéèpẹ́ ẹ̀yin ọmọ lọ́jọ́ bíi tóṣù yìí o ẹ̀yin dà ẹ̀wọ̀n kájọ dáwọ́ ọ̀dùnnú káyọ̀ ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ fojú wa tó rọ́dún tuntun happy birthday.
ọjọ́ ìbí ṣe pàtàkì ó ṣe kókó. ẹni ọdún babaláyé ó yẹ kó ṣọpẹ́.
ọjọ́jọ́ sátidé tó bá ti kẹ́yìn lóṣù la máa ń dá kalẹ̀ fáwọn lọ́jọ́ bí gbogbo ìyẹn nílé iṣẹ́ lẹ́rọ àmì òjijì Adamimogo 107.7 FM Ìdó Èkìtì níbí tóṣù tó kọjá lẹ wá sí tẹ̀ńròyìn tóṣù yìí tó máa skẹ́ǹkì ó máa ga fíofío gbẹ̀ndùgbẹ̀ndù àkàrà wa kò sí lẹ́yìn eré gbogbo àwọn tó náwó àrànwọ́ sí wa lóṣù tó kọjá láti fi káwọn ọmọ lọ́jọ́ bí lẹ́nu jọ tóṣù yìí yóò tún yàtọ̀ adùn aláàdùn gan ni ó ti yá o káwọn jẹ kámú kágbádùn yàtà yòtò nílé iṣẹ́ wa níbí ẹlẹ́rọ àmì òjèjì Adamimogo 107.7 FM ẹ̀yin ọmọ lọ́jọ́ bíi tóṣù yìí o ẹ̀yin lọ́nà kan lóṣù yìí o ẹ tètè wá forúkọ sílẹ̀ owó péréte lẹ́ ò fi wọlé ìgbádùn á pọ̀ rẹ́kẹrẹ́kẹ́ ìgbádùn wọn pọ̀ jọ̀wọ́ tẹ́ ẹ san o ẹ fẹ́ wá gbádùn lóṣù yìí àbí fàdà yé díẹ̀ sí ẹ pè sórí aago yìí 08102845728 tàbí 08063808891 last Saturday lóṣù yìí ni o láago 12 ọ̀sán gan Adamimogo 107.7 FM conference hall ibẹ̀ láti ṣe nílùú Ìdó Èkìtì ẹ̀yin ọmọ lọ́jọ́ òbí tóṣù yìí dà long life and prosperity ẹ kú oríire o ìgbìmọ̀ aláṣẹ iléeṣẹ́ Adamimogo 107.7 FM Ìdó Èkìtì àwọn ló ń kéde.
Màsùnkùn mọ́ Ọlọ́run Prọfẹ́sà Olúwa lọ́mọ́nù mi dé gbogbo nù nínú Adamimogo convention tó ń bọ̀ yìí o.
iṣẹ́ agbára tí Jésù ṣe ní Jesus City nínú pàgọ́ agbára tó kọjá láyé ń fọn rere ẹ̀. Jésù tó ti ṣètò àgbàyanu mẹ́rìírí testimony ńlẹ̀ nínú ọjọ́ ayọ̀ pẹ̀lú gbólúwàgà Adamimogo Global Convention. Àkòrí tí Ọlọ́run fún wòlíì Sam Olúwalọ́ bàbá Adamimogo. Weep no more. Má sọkún mọ́. Látọjọ́ Monday 29 November di Sunday 8 December. Jésù Olúwa wá ṣe tó fẹ́ nu omijé gbogbo èèyàn nù kú. Pa àwọn lẹ́rìn ayọ̀ nípasẹ̀ pé lórí ọ̀pọ̀ wòlíì máa jẹ̀mú pẹ̀lú àwọn olórin ẹ̀mí bíi Bísí Àlùkò, Harmony Voices, Táíwò Òjò, Chigozie Wisdom, Bọ́lá Discovery, Bọ́sì Adéìwà, Prọfẹ̀sà Olúwalọ́ bàbá Adamimogo. Wọ́n máa ṣiṣẹ́ ìrìnsẹ́ lórúkọ Jésù. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ìrónilágbára máa wà fún gbogbo ọ̀dọ́. Ní ìfitẹ̀sẹ̀ tàbí ẹ̀yà ṣe látọjọ́ Sunday 29 November di Sunday 8 December. Ọjọ́ mẹ́sàn-án ṣe agbára ní CAC Grace of Mercy Prayer Mountain, Adamimogo Jesus City tó wà ní Ìlàmìjà Village, Lẹ́kì Ẹ̀pẹ́ Expressway Lagos. Ìwọ náà máa gbáradì fún ọjọ́ ayọ̀ pẹ̀lú gbólúwàgà 2024. Tòrọ àjọ máa sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀rí ẹ̀.
Hello, good people of Ekiti State and its environment. For your private, political, family, or club meetings, and so on, of not more than 50 to 100 participants, we introduce to you Adamimogo Event Hall. Yes! Right at Olojudo's Palace, Adamimogo 107.7 FM's compound, Ido Ekiti. Ample parking space, good security, clean environment. You also have the opportunity to book for a media publicity of your events on our fast-growing social media platforms. All these for a talking. Simply visit us at Olojudo's Palace, Ido Ekiti, or call the following numbers for more inquiries: 0803 526 5812 or 0916 340 0878 or 0806 511 4430. You can also call 0806 380 8891. Adamimogo Event Hall. We are waiting for your patronage.
Adamimogo Convention 2021 ó ti yá o, iṣẹ́ agbára ti ṣe yanu.
Ọjọ́ ayọ̀bọ̀ olúwàgà Adamimogo Global Convention. Ní Jesus City, ní Jésù yóò ti ti pàṣẹ pé lórí wòlíì Sam Olúwalọ́ bàbá Adamimogo. Wọ́n mi jẹ́ gbogbo èèyàn nù kú ọ̀. Látọjọ́ Sunday 29 November di Sunday 8 December. Weep no more. Má sọkún mọ́. Gbogbo ìkórìtà táyé tí gbomi jẹ́ lójú rẹ̀. Jésù fẹ́ dá sí nípasẹ̀ pé lórí àwọn wòlíì pẹ̀lú àwọn olórin àmì bíi Bísí Àlùkò, Sarah Praise, Chigozie Wisdom, Harmony Praise, Bọ́lá Discovery, Bọ́sì Adéìwà, Táíwò Òjòdú, Lárí Adébáyọ̀, Àràǹbádà Twins, Lọ́jọ́lọ́ Jésù, Ọmọ Alágbàwí, Dámilọ́lá Grace, Wòlíì Sam Olúwalọ́ bàbá Adamimogo máa ṣe àrùnṣẹ́ lórúkọ Jésù. Bẹ́ẹ̀ láyé wọ́n kánsẹ́lì máa wá wá. Pẹ̀lú ìrónilágbára fún gbogbo ọ̀dọ́. Látọjọ́ Sunday 29 November di Sunday 8 December ní Adamimogo Jesus City ní CAC Grace of Mercy Prayer Mountain, Adamimogo Jesus City tó wà ní Ìlàmìjà Village, Lẹ́kì Ẹ̀pẹ́ Expressway.
Nípasẹ̀ ìpè Prọfẹ̀sà Olúwalọ́ lọ́lọ́run máa ṣe.
Hello, sports fans.
Saying here, National Assembly judiciary capture under Tinubu worst ever is coming from Utomi. Renowned economist Professor Pat Utomi has claimed that the nation is presently a failure made worse by the lack of alternative thinking to turn things around. According to Utomi, the lack of alternative thinking was worsened by a total capture of the legislature and the judiciary, as he described the present National Assembly as the worst thing that has happened to the country. He argued that the National Assembly, which should be the platform for robust debate to turn around the nation's fortune, has been captured. While speaking with Punch newspaper, the economist said Nigeria was a tragic failure because the political class and the elites, particularly the legal elite, are self-centered rather than thinking of the common good of the nation. Utomi said it was baffling that the Nigerian political class failed to recognize that the nation was presently at war, requiring a war cabinet where almost everybody pulls together to fix the nation's problems. He stressed that there was a need for the leadership to sincerely lead by example, particularly cutting down on its lavish lifestyle rather than calling on Nigerians to sacrifice. National Assembly judiciary capture under Tinubu worst ever. This is coming from Utomi, and in case you want to read that story, you can check it out. It's in the Punch newspaper. Now this one from the Vanguard newspaper that says storm over redeployment of Tinubu CSO. Storm over redeployment of Tinubu CSO. moved by the Department of State Services DSS to replace Adegboyega Fasasi, the Chief Security Officer CSO to President Bola Tinubu, is drawing stronger currents in the top intelligence and political circles in Abuja. Vanguard reports that the new Director General of the DSS, Mr. Tosin Ajayi, had recently withdrawn Fasasi and replaced him with Rashid Lawal, a Deputy Director in the service. While the move was interpreted as part of the ongoing reorganization of the service by Ajayi, it has, however, received criticism by some as a witch hunt directed at the outgoing CSO. The critics of the move alleged it as a plot to break down what they see as the political clouds that has been weaved around the outgoing CSO and have as such vowed to reverse the redeployment. However, other sources see it as a bold move by the new DG, saying the withdrawal of Fasasi for the purpose of attending a professional course was part of the moves to restore professionalism in the service. Storm over redeployment of Tinubu CSO. That story is in the Vanguard newspaper this morning. I have a caller on the line. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello, are you there? I can hear you.
Hello?
Hello, ma. Good morning, ma. Oh, I just lost that caller. Let me pick another one. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, my comrade.
My name is Comrade Adedoyin, precisely from Osokiti.
Good to have you.
The constitution that established EFCC has given them the stronghold to penetrate every corrupt avenue when it is needed. Let me tell you one thing. The governor that took the FCC to court and declared them illegal, they are right. Because the FCC has not been able to perform. If the FCC had arrested 1, 2, 3 governors presently and a day, let me tell you, the governors will not have peace to say that they want to declare FCC illegal. Are you aware that Ibori was in jail in London for so many years? If Ibori had been arrested in Nigeria here by the FCC, he wouldn't have gone to anywhere. Look at Tekere Madu. If the FCC has arrested him in Nigeria, he wouldn't have been sentenced in Nigeria here. Look at what is happening to them. Even when the foreigners don't forgive themselves, do you think an African will go to that place and misbehave and they will forgive them? Look at Yaya Bello. Up to now, 22-point-something billion in Kogi State. EFCC is rigmarole, dribbling here and there. No peace to what is happening in Kogi State. God will bless EFCC. The constitution that established them, they must make use of it and perform brilliantly, including the NDLEA. Good morning, sir. God bless you.
Thank you so much, comrade. Good to have you again. 0704-700-7701 or 0707-276-6278 are the numbers to call this morning. And I think I have another story here that is coming from the southeast. Okay, this story is about the siege at home. Says sit at home grounds commercial activities in southeast, not us. This is coming from IPOB. Now let's take that. Say commercial activities in most parts of southeast states were grounded yesterday in continuation of the sit-at-home directive by the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, over the incarceration of its leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Despite the success of the weekly directive, IPOB yesterday denied declaring a sit-at-home exercise for October 21 and 22 in any part of Igbo land. In Abia State, schools, banks, markets, and other businesses centers did not open. Major roads such as Azikwe, Forks, Ngwa, Aba Oweri, Obohia, Ohanko, Ikot, Ekpene Road, and Aba Main Motor Park, among others, were deserted. Combined teams of soldiers and police officers were observed patrolling major areas in the city. The directive also recorded a total compliance as the streets and roads were completely deserted in Umahia. Human and vehicular traffic was very limited, although there were occasional movement of tricycles and vehicles. Students and pupils stayed at home as schools did not open for studies. Sit-at-home grounds commercial activities in southeast, not us. That's coming from IPOB. Okay, that story, in case you were very interested, you can check it out. It's in the Vanguard newspaper this morning. Say justice says should be shielded from manipulation, says Wike. These are the best of times of judicial officer. The federal government yesterday laid the foundation for the construction of housing units, judges' quarters in Abuja. It is part of the government's bigger plan to protect the judiciary from all forms of manipulation and interference in their duties. Minister of Federal Capital Territory FCT Ijasan Wike, who spoke yesterday during the turning of sword for the news houses in Katampe district of the FCT, said the quarters, which will contain 40 houses for different categories of judges, have a completion timeline of 15 months. Expressing the determination of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to improve on the living conditions of judges, Wike spoke on the administration's preference for the independence of the judiciary. He said, and I quote, "Mr. President had always said, how do we work for the independence of judiciary? How can the judiciary be independent?" And he has always said, one of the things that guarantees the independence of the judiciary is, one, the tenure of judicial officers. That's not the end of the quote. You can continue reading. It's in the Nation newspaper. Justices should be shielded from manipulation, says Wike. This morning, before going to read some messages on Facebook, immigration detains Bobrisky after semi-border arrest. The Nigeria Immigration Service on Monday named social media personality Okuneye Idris, otherwise known as Bobrisky, as a person of interest in an ongoing probe. It also confirmed that its officers intercepted Idris at the semi-border while fleeing the country earlier in the day. The controversy surrounding Bobrisky began in April 2024 when he was sentenced to 6 months in prison by the Federal High Court in Lagos for naira abuse. Although he was officially incarcerated at Kirikiri prison, reports emerged later alleging that Bobrisky spent only 3 weeks in the facility before being discreetly moved to a private location. This prompted widespread speculation that his release and special treatment were facilitated through bribery, an accusation of 15 million payment made to official to secure his transfer and preferential conditions. The situation escalated in late September when a social media influencer, Very Dark Man, posted an audio recording allegedly involving Bobrisky. In a leaked recording, Bobrisky purportedly claimed that music artist Faz and his father, human rights lawyer Femi Falana, had approached him during his imprisonment seeking 10 million naira to secure a presidential pardon. Well, it's a very long read. I'm sure you're really going to be interested in this story. Please get a copy of the Punch newspaper. Immigration detains Bobrisky after semi-border arrest. That story, Punch this very last one before I say my byes. I already said I was going to leave now, but let me just take this one. Domestic help. Teacher remanded for alleged defilement. The police on Monday said a 17-year-old teenage domestic help, Silas Daniel, who allegedly defiled his employer's children aged 5 and 10, had been remanded at the Special Correctional Center at Digbe, Abeokuta in Ogun State. This transfer was because that facility is a place to keep minors or teenagers who cannot be kept at the adult correctional facilities. The police said a case of indecent report and defilement was on October